The college basketball experience Sweet 16 preview and picks episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US based and available in 40 different states. Head to cut.com. That's KUTT.com. Use that promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Play their fantasy pickup for a chance to win 100 times the amount of money you enter in college hoops, NBA, MLB, NHL, and much, much more. Sign up today using the promo code SGPN to get a 100% deposit match. I'm sorry, TCE SGPN for a 100% deposit match. Get on over to Underdog Fantasy. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today, people. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
This is Brock Purdy from Iowa State, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Welcome to the college basketball experience. Sweet 16 preview and picks. We'll just watched a hell of a Georgia-Ohio State game in the NIT. I did cash on the Bulldogs plus the points. Get on over to youtube.com/the college experience. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I'm loving the NITs, CBI, CIT, all that shit. All right. It's all fantastic. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that is fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
Shout out. And Rob's making fun of my shelves again. Days are numbered just like Colby's shelves. I'm sorry. The DM I got regarding the Key Bridge in Baltimore being my shelves, it's a sad moment there. I don't want to make fun of people dying, but I'd be lying to you if it didn't make me chuckle for a second. Thoughts and prayers with the people affected by that Key Bridge going down. Obviously been on that thing a bunch of times. And obviously that's horrible. I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, host of the Big 12 College Experience, host of the Ryan and Rush Show. Give it up for Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Money Line Mac. I was waiting.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I know you a little hesitation to go, little give and go. Sweet 16, we have arrived, and I am 5 for 5 in my last CBI picks. CBI Mac.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
He didn't throw in that Ohio State NIT game he was on.
Oh, fuck that NIT.
He's a CIT guy. He's a Daytona Beach guy where the cocktails are a little stronger. All right. Currently, I got Milk Chamberlain on the screen with Indiana State, Cincinnati. It's fantastic. 17-17 in the first. Shout out to Roger Long in the chat. Dundee, he walked a mile on Saturday to go to Horse Trailer Hangout. We were there on Monday, buddy. But Roger,
Wednesday or Tuesday.
Was it? Tuesday.
We were there Tuesday.
Vegas time.
We on the Wednesday show, we apologized to fans that the Wednesday show was canceled.
Roger, send me a fucking DM on Twitter. We appreciate you walking a mile. All right. And we'll send you some shit, even though that's good for you. That's health. All right. And it's not in the summer. I would feel horrible if you were saying like in July, had to walk a mile in Vegas heat. But yeah, it was nice weather, man. That's the nicest Vegas weather I've had in a minute. So let's go. I before I get into some of these games, I just got to talk a little bit about the ever changing, college basketball world. I was joking yesterday by saying Richard Pitino Jr. to Louisville. I don't even remember if we were on air or off air. But it seems to be coming into fruition because I'm hearing now that he's like their leading candidate. Well, let me just play a little something for that because
well, I don't get they bring the head cold, but they're counting down 7, 6, 5.
What? Yes. You know what I like about Louisville? They pretend to not be. They get on their high horse at times and pretend to not be scumbags, but then they own being a scumbag. I love Louisville, by the way. I hope they win. But you can't tell me this is like the rehire of Petrino, right? It almost fits. This is just, please let this be true. Now, do I think this is a great hire? I do not. But is it hilarious? Absolutely. And do I want this to happen? Absolutely. Mac, your thoughts on the potential of Richard Pitino Jr.
Love it.
Back to Louisville.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, he was there when his old man. He was one of the assistants when they won it all and made back-to-back Final Fours. If they want to make a splash and get back relative and create a little buzz and get some people in the seats, this is a perfect hire. I mean, you're bringing back the Pitino name. One thing you're going to get if you hire Richard Pitino, your NIL collective is going to go whoop. Because you know the old man's fucking lining up all those money people, whether they're in New York, they come down for the Derby down at Louisville. So it's going to be an entertaining thing. I don't know if he can win a national championship there, obviously, but I think we undersell the job he did at New Mexico. Though he took over a 6-16 program, he's won 48 games in 2 years. I think he's been a better coach at New Mexico than he was at Minnesota early in his career, in my opinion.
See, I'm not going to say that he didn't, but I'll say this. New Mexico's always been a place where you can win at. Their fans come out and support. Steve Alford won 155 and 52 there. You really got to go through, this is a program to me that's like a proud mid-major program. I get it. Paul Weir was terrible before them. He was 58 and 62. But you don't have to look further than like that. I mean, Craig Neal got him to the NCAA tournament one time in his 4 years, but they had winning records every year but one. I mean, Pitino's only been to the NCAA tournament once with them. I thought he underachieved with his roster. To be honest, I kind of thought he underachieved with his roster both years. You should never lose to Air Force without a roster. Alford, like I said, was 155 and 52. They went to like three NCAA tournaments and 3 NITs. Dave Bliss, our guy, was on fire with them back in the day. Hell of a guy, Dave Bliss. Hey, Louisville, Dave Bliss is out there too. Perfect for your fans, in my opinion. Look, I will say this: he would probably get the fan base excited. Do I think it would work out long term? Not unless he's hiring like a fucking assistant. Because watching that Clemson game, I thought, oh boy, these guys they're not well coached, is what I gathered from that game. Because I thought just normal stuff, spacing wise, coming up and shooting very low percentage shots consistently. They just looked like a team that wasn't well coached to me. But it can't be worse than Kenny Payne. Like I think they'd make the NCAA tournament with Richard Pitino Jr. Now, do I think they'd ever make like a Sweet 16 Elite 8? I highly doubt it, but you never know if you bring in enough money. Noah, your thoughts?
If he takes a job, my one request is he can't go by Richard anymore. He has to be Dick Pitino.
That does bang. You know, hey, I'm Dick Pitino Jr.
It's gonna be so incredible if he does take the job.
It is that great for content. Roger, dude, hit me up on Twitter, man. Let me know. Yeah, I mean, how about this news? It's not official yet, but I did see Rodney Peete, the former USC Trojan quarterback, say that Andy Enfield is going to take the SMU job. Now, if that happens, see, if I was Louisville, I would call Andy Enfield. I would trust that more than I would trust Richard Pitino Jr. But, you know, there's other coaches that I would call too. But this would be very interesting for SMU. I think they would actually become a tournament team because I think they have money. And to leave USC for SMU, kind of a power play there. If this happens, what do you make of this one?
I think he's going to create a domino. I mean, Enfield's done a good job there, but it does seem like he is ready for a change of pace, and I think he fits SMU. I mean, plays an entertaining style of basketball. If he gets players, he kind of plays open. I mean, we knew him as Dunk City at Florida Gulf Coast, open it up, throw alley-oops, it's entertaining brand of basketball. So SMU, the Pony Express, could be back, baby.
Yeah, it really could. And yeah, I mean, I just feel like that was a little bit shocking, I guess. Some other news and notes that I have here listed. Well, first off, I guess I should talk about Duquesne is going to name Drew Joyce Jr. their assistant, their next head coach at Duquesne. Apparently, also I've heard Johnny Dawkins is going to get extended at UCF. Bucky McMillan extended at Samford. An interesting one here is Mike DeGeorge got named Cal Poly head coach. So the reason why that one's substantial, I know people have been tweeting about this. He did great with Colorado Mesa, a D2 program, also Rhodes College, a D3 program. Other hires: Jerry McNamara, former Syracuse guard, to Siena; Paul Cosaro to IUPUI, Uwe Pui, and then Cornelius Jackson's taking over for Dan D'Antonia at Marshall. I thought it was gonna be Hugs. So did I. I mean, what do you make? I mean, I know I just spewed a bunch of names that you did. Anything stand out to you?
The one at Marshall's puzzling because they weren't winning, but at Duquesne, I mean, they had their best year in program history. It feels like, or in 40 years. That one made sense, and obviously Dambrot retires, leaves it off. But to push out D'Antoni to hire the interim and then give him a 2-year deal was puzzling. I know he played there, Cornelius, but I didn't see that one coming. Marshall's a weird job. Weird place.
It is. You know, I mean, I think you're talking about Clark's alma mater. Or no, I think he only spent a year or two there. But I still felt like that was noteworthy. Also noteworthy was the portal today. You see Katie Johnson for Auburn hit the portal?
Yeah. How does he have any eligibility left?
It's college basketball. I was just thinking about this. Someone put a list. I should have retweeted this. Someone put a list of how many 6, 7, and 8 year players were in the NCAA tournament. That was a long ass list.
Mm-hmm.
I was a bit surprised because Auburn kind of has NIL money. And then the big one is South Carolina's Michi Johnson, who played great this year for them, I thought. He's back in the portal. Is he going to go back to Ohio State now that is that the word on the street there? Now that they got old loser Holtman over there to Chicago.
I'll stop nodding my head for the audio listeners and just say, yeah, that's the rumor. Diebler getting the gang back together.
Hear me out though. Wait, does he have a brother? Does he have like a connection to Ohio State?
Who?
I guess
Michi.
Yeah.
So
is he from Ohio?
Well, I know he was previously at Ohio State, but I was wondering, like, you just had
personal reasons or something.
But you just had a great year at South Carolina under, Lamont Paris, who I thought really like kind of let him do his thing.
Born in Cleveland.
My point is though, is that if you come back for a second year, you're probably going to be better at South Carolina. You'll go farther in March. I think it's a questionable move unless there's not a shit ton of money behind it, which is certainly possible because Ohio State has fuck you money. But bit of surprise there, Mac, with both. Really, I was surprised with KD Johnson too.
Shit. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. None of these fucking moves surprise me anymore. Everybody's fucking transferring left and right. I mean, you got guys that were the main guy and played 35 minutes, shot every shot, fucking entering the portal. Everybody's chasing that bag, as they like to say. So the grass isn't always greener on the other side for some of these guys. So be careful. So it's my only advice. But it's my get off my lawn advice for tonight.
Shout
and I also
now we got a problem.
I'm sorry.
And I'll
I'm
double
sorry.
down from what I said last night. Why the fuck do we have this many people in the portal before Sweet 16 games? Push the fucking date behind the Final Four.
I don't get Rain Man.
Goodman tweeted out that total number today, by the way. It finally now reached your number of 900.
Yeah, I mean,
I was exaggerating.
A lot of people go to college for 7 years.
Yeah, it's 900 now.
well, some of the names that came in today, I thought were like, wow, okay. I mean, I saw Iowa's Tony Perkins hit like 2 days ago, but he's good.
Yeah,
Micah Peavy from TCU hit the portal today.
Yeah.
To go back on coaching real quick, and then we'll get back to the transfer portal. Rob asks about IUPUI's head coaching opening. They actually got their guy. We were talking
From what Indianapolis University or something, right?
Yeah, we were talking about IUPUI rep over the week, and this is the guy that he said keep an eye on. It was U Indy's head coach, Paul Corsaro. So he's an Indianapolis Indianapolis native, and he had taken U Indy to 2 tournaments in the D2 ranks. So now they got a nice regional local guy as their head coach, and good luck to them.
Terrence Edwards from James Madison hit the portal too. That one's expected to me. Once the coach leaves,
Vandy.
Or just best opportunity. Your coach leaves. Fuck it. Let me go cash in. I'm not going to blame like the other ones of like Michi Johnson and Katie Johnson were a bit shocking to me. Even the Micah Peavy one a little bit. I saw Ajay went from Pepperdine to Gonzaga.
Yeah. Gonzaga's not in the tournament or anything. They're fucking.
Yeah. Glad to see them doing good work. Glad to see they're preparing for Purdue. Isaiah. Yeah.
Since we're mentioning portal names too, mention Mac's list that he made yesterday, or Mac, if you want to pull that up, because I think Colby's going off of today's names.
I'm just quickly jotted these down while I was refreshing my computer. Malik Mack of Harvard, who was a stud this season.
Yeah.
He should get some pretty good attention, I would think.
Zeke Mayo. Yeah, I mean, they're so stupid. The sport is so stupid. Why not put this 3 weeks from now? I don't mind most of these players hitting the portal. I mean, I would question some of them, but it just doesn't make sense to do it.
Let's do some basic math here. There's 360 teams. We have 16 in the NCAA tournament playing. We got 2 eliminated, or we have 7 now in the NIT, so it's 23 teams, and we have 3 left in the CBI. So that's how many teams? 26 teams. 360 minus what? 26, around 330. There's 900 names. So you're telling me we're averaging 3 players a program already in the fucking portal, and we're not even at the Sweet 16 yet.
Unbelievable.
What the fuck is wrong with this sport?
Unbelievable. I mean, but it's just classic. I want to know like whose idea was this? Because at least the football one, you have a little bit. Football one still makes no sense to me, but I understand the academic calendar. So you're saying to get in classes, you got to be. Some schools start like January 5th. This one makes no fucking sense. This one is just like, no, let's put it this day. Let's put it this day. Clearly, it's like they gave it no thought. They gave it absolutely no thought. You know, much like the NFL and this fucking silly ass kickoff rule. Oh, you didn't know I was going to go there? Oh my God. The NFL is so dead to me. It's the worst form of football. Between the tackle rule and the kickoff rule,
the hip drop.
The NFL is the worst version of football in America. I hope no one watches any of their fucking games, even though I know that everyone does. And they've gone global. They play games in fucking Sao Paulo now and shit. What a fucking joke. What a fuck. Hey, Muddy, can you stop fucking barking? Anyway,
He's pissed about the kickoff rule.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's about the kickoff rule too.
Colby.
Yeah. No, I mean, how ridiculous is this kickoff rule? The XFL kickoff was always a piece of shit. All right, you're trying to make it like fucking soccer. It just, there's no consistency here, and I don't even think their numbers are accurate. I question their numbers because they'll always like spew out a number, but they'll never really back it up. Like, show me graphs, show me like, and I want it from a more independent fucking source. You know what I mean? Like, can't trust the fucking National Football League. What are we talking about here? It's just nonsense. It's just absolute fucking nonsense. Subscribe to the UFL Gambling Podcast, which I host, and they have a proper kickoff, the USFL kickoff, not the XFL kickoff. We got the season starting this weekend. Picked a bad weekend to start, but that's another episode. That's another episode for another day. Folks,
terrible.
Well, speaking of sports that just don't know, how about you do your first game on a Monday, maybe a Tuesday, just an idea. Instead, go head to head with college basketball. So yeah, let me see how that works out for you. I want to tell you folks out there that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Sports Gambling Podcast Network Radio, essentially. Yes. You're listening to the college basketball experience on SGPN. SGPN is the home of 20 plus gambling podcasts, all completely free, people. In honor of March Madness, this week's featured shows are the Sports Gambling Podcast flagship show, the Sports Gambling Podcast on SGPN, hosted by Ryan Real Money Kramer and Sean Stack of the Money Green, where the guys have picked every tournament game against the spread since 2012. And of course, the college basketball experience with ourselves here. That some say, whoever wrote this said their unmatched coverage of college basketball betting. I would also throw college football experience and college baseball experience in there. But subscribe today to the Sports Gambling Podcast and the college experience wherever you get your podcast. We're also brought to you by Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US based and available in 40 different states. P2P social betting is a new and better way to bet. Bet directly against your friends and other users on sports, politics, pop culture, and other events with verifiable outcomes. Plus, they got a ton of fun social features that give it a feel of a betting social network, so to speak. Cut offers lower vig and fully customizable odds. You can create your own bets, and Cut handles the payment side of things, so you never have to chase anyone down in the streets for dollars. Download the Cut app today or visit cut.com. That's KUTT.com. Use that promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. Pick whether your favorite player will have a higher or lower stat total in this week's game for a chance to win big. You can win up to 100 times the amount of money you enter in a single night. Pick between 2 and 5 players to build a pick'em entry. Sign up today with the promo code SGPN to get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Cannabis Capper has been doing unbelievable work regarding this. Give him a follow on Twitter at Cannabis Capper. Check out sportsgamblingpodcast.com. He's been killing it there. But look, you could throw it $100. They're gonna double that up, and then they're also gonna give you an instant pick'em special. So hop on over there, use that promo code TCESGPN. And visit underdogfantasy.com. Find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with the promo code TCESGPN. All right. We are back on the college basketball experience, and Cannabis Capper, he's giving us it right there. Get on over there. Look at that. YouTube.com/the college experience. Yeah. I mean, let's go. Yeah, I mean, come on, let's talk about that for a second. I know we're doing basketball, but how ridiculous is the National Football League? The hip drop tackle is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. The kickoff thing is even stupider. Like this league's bothered me a lot in the past 20 years, but I think we just hit rock bottom. I can't watch that fucking product. I can't watch that fucking product. I can't. Like, to me that I won't. I cannot watch that fucking product. It is just the kick. Look, a lot of things have changed in football, but the kickoff is the kickoff. They fucked it up and moved the kickoff way back. They could have done what the USFL does or the UFL does. Right? They kind of did a variation of both, but you still get a chance at a return. Taking the returner out of the game which is exactly if you watch the XFL. Well, look, I hosted the XFL gambling podcast over the past 2 seasons they've had. There was only 2 returns, and one of them was a trick play. Only one flat out return the whole fucking year, between 2 years. I like they were trying to think of something creative. Failure. They are making the return man is such an important part of football. It's always has been. You go back to the days of fucking Doak Walker. You know what I mean? Like to do this, it kills me. It kills me. It's against everything that the sport is, and I think I have a clip that I can play for the National Football League regarding their recent stuff.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Mac, you hosted the NFL gambling podcast.
Yep.
Your thoughts?
I hate it, man. I hate all these fucking rules. Helmet to helmet, fucking to hip drop.
This is way worse though, because I don't even believe the numbers. The NFL hasn't had kick returns. I read a nugget from 2 years ago that like there's only a concussion on like less than 1% of a play on a kick return, and I'm like, well, no shit, because no one returns it on the kickoff, right? Yeah. But it's all so stupid. It's all so stupid. To me, it's
agreed.
Like,
yeah, I hate it.
I had some guy tweet me today that someone died in a D2 football game 30 years ago, and he goes, "See, this is why." I had to remind him that I was like, you know what, dude, I bartended. I remember some dude. I was bartending at the Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills, and like a 35 to 40-year-old guy ate a piece of shrimp and died on the fucking table. True story. Ate a piece of shrimp and died right on the fucking table. We're all fucking so stupid. Noah, your thoughts on this ridiculous rule?
Colby, I thought you mainly joked about how your dog was just as passionate about football as you, but I believe it now.
Oh, yeah.
He's voicing his opinion for sure.
He's not happy with the current state of shit, man. We're all fucked. Yeah. It's just, we're so silly.
You get the people that never played the game fucking make a decision. It just fucking ruins everything, man.
You can't live this fucking scared. Okay, so injuries will happen. Injuries, in my opinion, happen when you do nothing because you injure yourself within from not doing anything in fucking life. It's all ridiculous. Anyway, let's start picking some goddamn games, ruining the fucking sports. Been around since fucking the Civil War. You fucking losers. You're all fucking losers.
Don't worry, they'll try and ruin this next.
Yeah, I know it's coming. They're gonna come for college basketball. I'm gonna be just hosting a hatred podcast. Just gonna be sitting over there. People are gonna think I'm a maniac when I have no teeth.
For what it's worth, I think the downloads would do pretty good on that too.
Yeah, a hatred podcast. All right, the hatred gambling podcast coming up next on Cut. All right, get on over to Cut. See who we hate more. We can take polls and figure out who we hate more. I did enjoy Joe Biden today saying he took that rail car over that bridge all the time. It's like, what do you look? Poor bastard doesn't know what room he's in. Mute him.
Somebody mute that idiot. mute.
Before we get into the Sweet 16 picks, which I know everyone came here to listen to, and I do enjoy Graham's tweet of 80% of car accidents happen from sober drivers. I think you're onto something.
I like it.
We do have currently. Well, no, I guess we covered these NIT games yesterday.
Colby, a good name for your haters podcast would be Haterade.
I like that. The Haterade gambling podcast. Let's go.
What's Bieniek doing back there? He's just
I don't know. He's just he's doodling on a piece of paper. Hey, Haterade.
What do you think of this idea?
Look, can I lie and say I created that just like Florida did with Gatorade?
Now he's not going to improve with the idea.
Yes, Clark was on the bridge, that same bridge on Sunday. Yeah, I know, man. I mean, that's I didn't know you were on that bridge, but I'm saying it's that's fucking scary shit. I've been on that bridge 100 times, maybe probably more than that. That's just wild shit. I mean, just goes to show. Well, we gotta get rid of get rid of cargo ships. Is that the new thing? Let's get rid of cargo ships. Let's take little fan boats with one piece of cargo out nonstop. Anyway, Sweet 16. It's fucking awesome. I'm still trying to finagle away. Me and the bet detective trying to finagle a way to get in there. Might know a few people. My dog's still barking. Hang on, I'm gonna shut that door. But let's talk about Clemson and Arizona. Who do you like? Talk for a second.
You're good. I got denied by the Sweet 16 too, by the NCAA. So it is what it is.
So what do we got? What's the current lines? Is it 7.5 or 6.5 that we're going off of?
I'm seeing 7.5 right now.
7.5. I am gonna be on the Arizona Wildcats, and I talked about it on Sunday night. I like the way that they formed themselves over the course of the season. They are my national championship pick, so I'm not waving off of that. But I also think they're playing in LA. It's going to be virtually a home game. I like the matchup. I like the athletic guards of Caleb Love, Boswell against a guy like Gerard. And I think Ballo can bother Hall at the rim with his size. And Keyshawn Johnson as well has played in big games. I think Arizona is a much better, well-rounded team offensively and defensively. I think they get out in transition, and their athleticism is too much for Clemson here. So I'll lay it with the Arizona Wildcats. I think they win by double digits.
You know, everyone is on Arizona.
Yep.
Might have hung out at a dive bar for about 30 minutes a day.
Did you pull everybody?
I was walking the dog. You know, you don't get a lot of freedom away from the kid. Just stop in for a pint with the dog, start bullshitting. Everyone was on Arizona out of the 4 people that we were talking about. All 4 were on Arizona. I'll take Clemson in the points. Veteran team. I think Zona wins. But I think all the money is going to be coming in on these Cats as we get closer to Thursday.
For what it's worth, they're both veteran teams, but I do like how one front court's mobile and one is not. It's the same handicap against Baylor for Clemson as it is against Arizona. And they've won both of their first 2 games really without PJ Hall much at all. PJ has only played 39 total minutes in the first 2 games. He was averaging like 33.5 in the 4 games prior to the NCAA tournament. So I'm kind of with Colby right now. I'm kind of benedicting from my opening line reaction.
Wait, the Big 12 experience host is going to take a team that's going to be in the Big 12 in like 3 months? No way.
You're saying Keyshawn Johnson's not mobile?
No. I'm saying Umar Ballo's not mobile.
Okay.
I mainly said PJ.
Keyshawn Johnson's as versatile a 4-man as anybody.
The main point is just PJ is a game breaker if he plays, which he hasn't, and they've still won. So, I was really high on this Clemson team in the non-conference. Once again, they're back in the non-conference. I think Clemson just plays well, and they keep it close.
Are you still hearing my dog barking?
Yes, that's what I was like. God.
Well, you know, one of those days, man. He's fucking angry. He's picking up he's reading my energy. I think Clemson can cover this. What's that?
Does Clemson have a little bit of Wisconsin in them?
I mean,
solid, not as athletic, because
they're still more athletic than Wisconsin, I feel like, but not by that much.
Well, that's the team comparison out of league play that I think of when I think
that's fair. Clemson. That's fair. I think that's somewhat fair.
Yeah, and they rolled Wisconsin.
Well, you know, Clemson. Look, I got Zona winning. I think everyone's going to. We saw that tonight with Georgia and Ohio State. Everyone was on Ohio State. Georgia, I mean, they won outright. I just took them with the points. I just feel like it's a little too steep. All right.
You're going against the Pac-12 script.
And I wonder if there's any LA people in there like me and the bet detective that might be rooting for the Clemson Tigers, even though they're little bitches too for suing the ACC. You dig deeper into that thing. It's like their statements on signing that deal 10 years ago or 12 years ago were like, we are glad that we have, stability. We are at the forefront of a great conference with stability moving forward. And then their reasoning of getting out, really no reason at all besides just all of the rest of college athletics is going to be making more money. And we didn't know. We didn't know that would be happening. Little bitches in a way. Florida State too. You signed the fucking contract. You thought it was some genius move. It turns out it wasn't. I don't believe. What do you think the perfect amount is to win in March, money wise, or September, whatever you want to say? There is no number to me.
Yeah,
like to me,
I
like
have no idea.
Well, like to me, like you'll see teams that will spend the most amount of money, like Kentucky. They haven't fucking sniffed the fucking Final Four lately. Now I'm sure there is a number that does matter where you can bring in players, but we just saw Michigan win with like what, one fucking 5-star, 2 5-stars, I think it was on their team in football, playing Washington with 0 5-stars. Washington beat Texas through like Texas, a roster filled with 5-stars. Washington, they had like one fucking incompletion. I feel like I read some ridiculous nugget about Michael Penix threw for almost every possible yard possible, which it still hurts my brain because I still don't understand that. But my point is that I just think that if you just have enough money involved, then you're good. Stop bitching. You signed a shitty deal. You'll get out of it in fucking 10 years or whatever, 11 years. All right. Stop bitching. You're Clemson. You have fucking money. All right. Get the church going again. Dabo was paying everyone through the church for years. No one ever said shit. All right. And then he would preach the name of God. We don't use a transfer portal. We do it right here at Clemson University. All right. Go to church. Take some of that hat money. Anyway.
It's going to be UConn and who was it? UConn there, Arkansas last year. Arkansas is coming off those couple upsets and then rolled them. Arizona's going to roll Clemson. I liked this one.
70-64. Nah, probably 80-74. 80-74 final. Clemson gets that cover. The Wildcats move along. I'll even play their fucking music. All right, let's go. David, are you going to LA?
I'll go 79-61.
Domination. San Diego State's taking on UConn in fucking Boston. 11, 10.5. Give me the Aztecs. I think UConn wins though.
I went back and watched this national championship from last year. So I remember UConn getting out to a 15, 17 point lead because last year San Diego State didn't have a guy that could make that shot at the top of the key. And they just put their big and jammed everything up in the paint and San Diego State couldn't score. This year, Ledie's making that. He's made it the last couple games. They're going to actually have to guard him. I think they're able to space him out here. Ledie can make some shots.
Ledie's a fucking baller, man. I'm a huge fan of him. I'm a huge fan of him. He's a guy that's put in the fucking work year in, year out. Like I remember, for some reason I've been a big fan of San Diego State, really football and basketball. Since I moved here, I kind of paid attention to them. And he was raw as fuck when he came to San Diego State. This has been, you could tell it's just been hard work. Cause he just looked like a guy that I thought never would have a chance of playing pro ball when he first came in, but he's put in that fucking work. And yeah, I think he can be a difference maker in this game. And damn it, my shelves are straight. They're fucking straight. Shout out to Shane Kenyon. I'll take the points, but you're saying they're live to win the game?
Yes. They're going to hang in this till the end. And they can switch everything, all that UConn pretty offense, and UConn does run great stuff. San Diego State could switch stuff and muck this thing up. I think UConn will ultimately pull away at the end and win by like 6 or 7. But I think they're going to be pushing the limit here. They're not going to roll San Diego State. They've had this fucking thing circled. Hurley's fucking cocky ass fucking said, blow everybody out, blow everybody out. They beat fucking Stetson in a one-man Northwestern team. San Diego State's going to fucking – they're going to be in this game. They're going to be able to make some shots from
Danny Hurley.
And hung in it. Let's go.
Yeah.
And they'll keep them out of transition. Let's go.
Can I counter one once? I'm on San Diego State. However, I mean, Mac said a one-man Northwestern team. Offensively, is San Diego State not a one-man Aztec team?
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing. You're right. You're right. And
I
to me,
feel like that's what we're going to be saying after UConn blows them out.
I could still say the same thing. Yeah. I could counter that and say like Matt Bradley,
right.
Although I thought he shot a bad percentage with the Aztecs, I feel like with the exception of like games against like San Jose State, he would light it up. He definitely could create his own shot. And you don't have a lot of that with the Aztecs, but I think just they have more of a chip on their shoulder.
That recipe is what Seton Hall did to UConn. Switch everything, be fucking super physical. That's the recipe.
For what it's worth, the cocktail napkin has this thing under 10. I'm probably going to bet it. We've only got 8 games here this week. Whatever, how many? Yeah,
we got the Frozen Four, like slapping off.
This is like you guys bet the board in general. Now this is to the point where I start to bet the board because there are less games remaining in the season.
Yeah.
This is one where I think I've gotten an edge.
I just put $1,000 on a UFL matchup. So I mean,
this is one where I think I got an edge. I mean, there's a shitload of people that want to be on UConn. However, this number really hasn't moved. So I feel pretty good about the Aztecs keeping this one within 11.
Let's go.
Bieniek, I will say it opened at 9.5. I like to fade the line movement this time of year. These books are as sharp as fucking ever. That 9.5 is the right number. I don't think 11.5 is the right number. Let's be a 7-point game. Let's go Aztecs.
Did I say what my cocktail napkin number was? Because it's 9.
You were getting ready to, and
I think
it's 9.5.
I think the Aztecs cover. I think UConn wins. It's in Boston. And the Frozen Four does slap off this Thursday. We got a Frozen Four podcast we're going to give you tonight. Me and Noah Bieniek. In the wee hours of the night, we're going to be sitting there talking about, a couple slap shots here, slap shots there. Those Fighting Hawks in North Dakota, Michigan Tech. Where's your football program, pussies?
I've never heard of the term slap off, but it's so much better than face off.
Of course. You got to have a slap off, man. Sometimes I wonder where Noah is behind the scenes. Sometimes I think he's slapping off. Alabama, North Carolina in Los Angeles. I'm not falling for this shit, dude. It was so funny to me, the amount of people at the fucking book. And I think you were one of them, but you weren't as arrogant. That we're going to take Michigan State against Carolina. No. Alabama's not going to beat North Carolina. This is where Nate Oats bullshit goes to die. He got lucky with his first 2 round draws. Carolina minus the 4.5 lock. What are you doing here?
I'm on the Tide. I had Tide in the Elite 8, man. They got. I think they have the more explosive guards, quicker guards. They struggle when they played Kentucky's guards, and I think Carolina they have a good 3-point defense. That's kind of what was their strength of their team, but that could also be an outlier. I think Bama showed me something. They actually won a game where they didn't make shots. Like usually they make a bunch of shots.
Say this with a straight fucking face, dude. Say that this is just ACC hate. This is ACC hate.
No, why can Alabama not beat fucking North Carolina? They have the better backcourt.
I just don't think they're better than North Carolina.
Do they?
Yeah. I think you could argue that.
RJ Davis.
I think RJ Davis and who?
Dude, Carolina is a veteran ass fucking team. They're gonna fuck up Alabama.
A veteran with experience at the high major level.
Dude, this is the perfect. This is
everyone's lock too, by the way.
You were on Michigan State. Admit your ACC hate. You were on Michigan State.
I was on Michigan State, not because of the ACC, because Tom Izzo has the most underdog
in Charlotte.
wins in
He's
NCAA
never
tournament
beaten
history.
Carolina in North Carolina.
He's got the most NCAA tournament underdog wins. If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down with Izzo. I can put my head down and say I lost with Izzo. Okay. I like Alabama here. I think that they could make enough shots. They didn't make shots last game. They're in every other team. I think they'd make a bunch of threes here and they win this game outright.
All right. I mean, shout out to Rob Donaldson. He says I was on the Fade the Public. Look, the public I feel like was on Michigan State against Carolina too. At least in Vegas. It seemed like that. But North Carolina's got a top 40 defensive team. They're like rated 38th or 39th.
Caleb Love too.
Alabama's is 284th. This shit never works in March. Only when you get two bullshit opponents in the first two rounds. All right. It dies here. Carolina is a way better team than Alabama. I think they win by 15.
The defensive numbers for Alabama are stunningly bad, like really bad. And North Carolina, if you sort it from February 12th to now, like basically every meaningful game in the back half of the season, they have the 19th best defense, also 9th best offense. And Alabama's defense in that time span ranks 164th. Also, Baycott is going to eat down low. Like, who's out rebounding him for Alabama in the best case scenario? It's not Grant Nelson. There's no way. That kid's a beanpole. I like North Carolina a lot. What'd you say?
He plays the 4.
Who plays the 5?
They got Woggy, and they also got what's the kid's name?
They got shit is what they got. No one is going to be able to guard Armando Baycott.
Pringle.
Yeah, look, I've had their shitty fucking
Pringle's
potato. Right,
Pringle was not on the floor a ton that last game. That's why I wasn't thinking it's Pringle. Why was he not on the floor much? He got a tech when he was on the bench. He slammed the clipboard.
Yeah, he's a wiry big though. I mean, I think
this is going to be domination.
I like
lock.
This
is a fucking lock.
I'm locking it up with Colby.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, let's go.
You gave it Alabama. They know it.
I know. I said I was Benedict in a couple of my opening line reactions.
Get this Paul Westhead bullshit out of here. In my opinion, the game of the day here, Illinois, Iowa State. I can't wait to watch this fucking game. 709. Why? I got no fucking idea. But they like to be different like this. Illinois, Iowa State. Iowa State's laying 1.5. Illinois has looked dominant in this tournament, but I do have Iowa State playing for the national championship. And although they looked a little shaky against Washington State in the first half, they got their shit together. I truly believe defense travels in March. That's why I'm not taking Alabama. That's why I'm not taking Illinois. Iowa State wins. It might be close, 4 or 5 point win, but I think the Clones are getting this thing done in Boston. What are you doing here?
Yeah, this is a fascinating game. Contrasting styles, like you said. Obviously I'm on Iowa State, but I'm taking the defense. I think they have enough bodies to throw at Terrence Shannon. They're not just going to let him fucking drive the ball like some of these other fucking teams right to the lane without putting him right on his fucking ass a couple times and make him earn it at the foul line. And I think Iowa State's underrated offensively. They are not as bad as they've been. They're not a top or outside top 100 offensive team this year. They're actually a top 50 offensive team, believe it or not.
They've shown that all year. Whether it's Gilbert, the UNLV transfer, or Lipsy, they've had some guys score better to me, and create their own shots better than the previous 2 years.
And Shannon, he played in the Big 12. He didn't take off till he started going to play in the Big 10. He was a solid player in the Big 12. We're gonna put him on.
He showed up in the Big 10 and he was going up against the whites every night. He was
exactly.
He's guarding me.
This
wannabe Scott Skiles is guarding me. It ain't gonna work. All right.
Defense overall.
If we're just being honest, I did get a DM in the past 3 weeks. You always come down on the whites too much. Well, I mean,
I am white.
I feel like I got a lot of history on my side.
We are white.
but I feel like there's a lot of history on my side here. You know what I mean?
I mean,
we got what we're hanging on to Rex Chapman and Brent Barry winning dunk contests, but hey, okay. I mean, was there another one? I don't even think Rex won one. He was in the competition, which was a win in our book.
We have Clark and others that in our chat, other brothers that would stand up for us being negative against our race in this sport. You know.
Now I noticed how I didn't throw Milt Chamberlain in there because he's a goddamn war hero as far as I'm concerned. All right,
that's our guy.
Give the guy a fucking Medal of Honor right now. All right,
go Bears.
Isn't it kind of funny that the last one, like we were advertising this like the Revenge of the White Man NCAA tournament. The last one standing is Dalton Connect, right? I think it's Kolick and Connect.
That would be, we should get the cut.com and who will be the last white guy? Who will be the last white to play in a game? You can't sit on the bench to play in the fucking game. Who will be the last white guy to play in a college basketball game this season?
For Houston.
But he doesn't get in normally. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of guys foul out.
The odds are got to be pretty long on some of these. That would be
if we get a Duke officiating crew on Friday night, he might have to play again.
There you go.
Oh man, so I love the fact that the DM on that I hate my own race. There's no hate there. It's just an observation. Why do people have to connect that to hate? They don't know what racism is. Racism is defined by hate behind it. You can't. Sometimes it's just a fucking generalization. You're noticing that hey, they can't play defense.
I almost forgot about my favorite team.
No, it doesn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Go.
I almost forgot about my favorite team this year. It's Purdue. They're all white. That's the team that.
That's minus what?
Klingen are white as shit too.
Yeah, Cam Spencer's going to destroy all this, isn't he?
So it's Klingen's big motherfucking ass.
So I guess maybe there's more whites out there that can play defense. Spencer's, Rutgers, you got to play defense.
Whites are making a push here.
I would say this though: 90% of whites, maybe even 97% of whites are staples. There's a few exceptions.
You got to have some athletes around the whites. You can't go.
And I'm telling you, White Tiger is only 2 months old, and he's got fucking ankle weights on right now. All right, he's got fucking ankle weights on right now.
And Candace Capper's saying that they have to be an American white guy. No Euros, no Aussies, no Asians. Dude, American white guys.
Well, I've been perplexed by this recently.
Cam Spencer is the most American white guy name out there. We are rooting for him.
Let's talk about this because there is something to, it's got to be toughness. Why is it that there's like a bunch of really good Euro whites? There are like they have like athleticism, but in America, you get why like there's something I want to fucking deep. I need like a government research team. They need to hire me and like fucking 20 people to go to Europe and study this. It's got to be something to do with like the pockets of where it happens in Europe. There's got to be something to do with, I don't know. I'm so curious on how this is, because I think there's something there. There's something there. They're more athletic, right?
Well, maybe it's because they play soccer in the offseason. I don't know. Maybe soccer makes you more athletic.
His footwork was fucking incredible. That might be a great answer.
So we're going to
get the Vlade Divac shit. You're born with the Vlade Divac shit. You get pushed by your brother. You fucking make it look like you fucking just got thrown off a goddamn hill. You know what I mean?
The juice in the YouTube chat goes, it's just a fact. A lot of whites are staples, which we agree. However, we're going to put some homework on the chat. List your like the most stapley black player in college basketball. Do that for us.
We got to analyze the UVA roster quickly. No.
Definitely the Virginia Stanford player.
Well, here's another thing: is like when I think of Wisconsin,
DJ Burns,
as someone that's gotten fucked up in Wisconsin, which is a great state to get fucked up in. Like it's incredibly cheap. Is it? Does diet have something to do with it? Because you eat so much fucking cheese in Wisconsin, or over in. I feel like all those Great Lakes, you just lose your athleticism with every fucking meal. You know what I mean? You're born into the world and you start eating, and just with each day you have no idea, but athleticism is fucking leaving your body and you got no idea.
I'm glad Rob said Eddie Lampkin. That's who I was going to say. Because every time he jumps this far off the ground, he rolls his fucking ankle. It's every time with that guy. And then he goes, so then he just stays on the ground so he can't roll his ankle.
But there's something to it, man. Wild. There's something to it. I'm getting the bet detective on the case because I do want to know why. I live here in Venice Beach. You know, you go to the beach, you play basketball at the beaches. First off, there's hardly ever any white guys that want to play basketball there. But when they do, you know, you're just a little perplexed at how unathletic something's it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, we got to figure this out. How does fucking someone from Italy, you know, or wherever, like fucking Sweden, fucking Sabonis, he was like, was he Russian or Ukrainian? Something's up. We need a 30 for 30 on this, but ESPN would never have the courage to dive into this.
Christopher Morris says Zach Randolph is the definition of black staples.
Yeah, he's great. I love the Randolph.
He's a baller though. I love this game. He was crafty as fuck at times. That is a good answer though. That is a very good answer. Oh man. Off-season episode. We're gonna have to go through this. I'm going to go through regions around the world. They should send me like, doesn't Stanley Tucci have like a show where he tries like fucking Europe, like Italian food all around the world? You need me to do this, to just go into basketball gymnasiums all around the world and try to put try to understand it. You know, I want to understand it.
We're going to need the set and against the spread line, against the white staples and black staples. Is it like a 10
There's
point
like
difference?
6 black staples in my 15? Life. At least like in pro form. In college form, I guess there are. In college form, there actually is a lot, but not nearly as much as the whites. There's something there though. We got to get this. I want to know why. So we were saying Iowa State -1.5. I think Bieniek, what are you doing here?
He's taking Illinois.
I have Illinois. I think there's just something about them being able to score against anybody that played against this year. And if Iowa State doesn't show up offensively, I think they get ran off the floor. There's 2 ways this thing goes. Illinois wins by 20 or Iowa State wins by 20. I don't think this game is going to be close, but I feel like the median spread makes sense. Like I honestly think that's the way it goes. I truly do.
I think the way Illinois plays offense is bad against Iowa State because it's all fucking ISO ball, back people down. You're not going to back Iowa State down, or you're not just going to drive it on the first side against them. I think that this is where their lack of point guard play comes back to bite Illinois.
You could be right. However, I will say I ran numbers on Torvik again since February 12th. Iowa State's offense, 74th in the nation. Illinois is still number 1. And then defensively, Illinois 190th in the nation. Like I truly believe that this is not going to be a fun game to watch, but it's an intriguing matchup.
This is the one that I circled like that I want to see the most. I mean, I'm going to watch all of them, but I'm saying like if you told me,
that's why.
Yeah, it's just the contrast.
Well, and also I like the Illinois Iowa thing. You know me. I like regions. I like
Okay, here's a question. Which fan base shows up better? I think it's Iowa State, right?
I don't know.
Not by much.
I think both will show up. Who doesn't want to go to Boston? UConn. If anything, flying out of Ames, you got to probably connect. Illinois might have an inside track because of the direct flight. You know?
I mean, shit, Iowa State fans might have to fly out of Chicago.
Yeah, that means we should. I think it might be an Illinois crowd.
No, they fly out of Des Moines. Quit.
That ain't direct to Boston.
Des Moines to Boston.
That ain't direct. That's a layover in fucking Philly and JFK.
This is a Big 12. We're gonna find a way to get there in that fucking Boston.
One of my favorite things. Look, I love the Big 12. I really do. Football and basketball, baseball. I love the Big 12. Colorado's joining, and Colorado was an original Big 12 member. I grew up loving the Big 12, but I do find it hilarious that people call it the truck stop conference. I think that's great. Yeah. That's fucking great. They need to play into that. They need some self-awareness and play into that. They should have a commercials like a fucking Sheetz gas station. You just go there, right? And your truck pulls over and it's like all of a sudden you go inside the gas station and you're playing basketball and it's a lit environment and it's awesome. Brett Yormark, you can give me, I know you have nothing to do with college sports. You were fucking working with Jay-Z, but give me a call, 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE. We can figure that out.
If there ever gets to the point, which please God no, but if we're ever advertising jerseys ever in college, can the Big 12 just advertise truck stop and gas station?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Because like Oklahoma, their softball field is now sponsored by Love's. Like it's Love's Field or Love Stadium or something like that. And that Oklahoma softball team is fucking loaded.
There's an angle here that they're like you. The problem is I feel like they're kind of offended by it. Like the fans are. I'm like, don't be offended by it. Lean into it. That'll make it more likable from a global standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Illinois' fucked. There is no direct flight. You know what that means? Those fuckers from Ames are going to drink their ass off at the layover, and they're going to be even more drunk when they get to the game. Because that's how they do it at Iowa State.
They do. Shout out to Larry Astori. Wait, why do I always fuck up his last name? Estacey. Larry Estacey. Remember him? Yeah, Iowa State coach. He's caught like with smoking a joint, drinking a Busch Light with a bunch of girls.
Yep.
Still don't understand why he got fired. They were over 21. Thought we had laws.
I think he got a DUI.
Well, that was later. They gave him shit about this one. This was classic because it was the old school days. There was no digital photo. It was like a fucking Polaroid. It's like hard to
found Busch Lights in the co-eds.
What are you doing? You go enjoy life a little bit. God damn it. Everyone's giving them a hard time. It'd be different if they were 18, but I thought they investigated and said they were 21, 22. What are we changing laws here? No, what is the full story behind that?
He didn't go back with the team. He stayed there to party with the students at night. He didn't fly back with the team.
Where was he? What city was that again? What city was that?
I think it was at Colorado.
Oh, I mean, even more of a. I've been to Boulder.
Yeah. He said,
you have no idea what
went on. Drink some Coors Light.
He might have accepted a brownie and had no idea what was in it. And next thing you know, he was fucked. You know what I mean? So he might as well make the most of it at that point.
So the Big Ten has this amazing commercial where it's a flyover of the United States of America. Shows all the college campuses, like one monument.
I know what you're talking about.
Campus. Clark goes, let's do a commercial for Big 12. I'm going to hijack Clark's comment. It's got to be the gas station brands in each campus or whatever. Just that would be
Tom Bodette. The Big 12 the light on for you. All right.
It used to be Phillips 66, baby.
That's great. You go through like a truck stop in Ames, a truck stop in Lawrence, a truck stop in Manhattan, a truck stop in Waco. And then out of nowhere, Tom Bodette goes, "Hey, this is the Big 12. All right. And we are passionate about college sports. And we're going to leave the light on for you." Oh, come on, man. That is fucking gold. Brett Yormark, give us a call. 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE, and I'll tap you into this chat that we have. That's fucking fantastic.
I'll make the trip.
Yeah, let's go. Put me, can I be pumping up some gas and put like a fucking mullet on me? I want to be pumping someone's gas. You know what I mean? Just we can make this work.
What area would you find Dundee in America? I thought it was only in like South America or in Australia. Where would a Pick Dundee be located?
I'll be honest, it's the Arizonas. I love the Arizonas, like the schools, the Arizonas, not the North Arizona and South Arizona. But Arizona and Colorado. I mean, I like Utah too, but I like Utah for the way it looks, but it kind of freaks me out. So I would say Colorado and Arizona. I love the spirit of Ames. It's just, I don't know if it's a Dundee place. I feel like Colorado. Where's that?
And shout out to Coach P in the chat. Little general in West Virginia. If I'm not West Virginia, you can find me in Lubbock, Texas, baby. I love Lubbock.
West Texas there. I will say Morgantown does have a lot of similarities to East Carolina.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, I told you my story. The one time I went to Morgantown, I got pepper sprayed. I've only been to Morgantown once, and I was fucked up the entire time. And I also got pepper sprayed and I wasn't even a part of the fight. The cop just decided to pepper spray me and my friends. It had nothing to do with it, which was
we've got to make
hilarious.
this. We've got to make this happen from Nick's, by the way. A gas pump or a gas station college basketball t-shirt.
Fort Worth is great.
Hold on. I want to just paint the picture here. Imagine you're at a game. You're highly intoxicated. You see a fight and you start pointing and laughing because you see this fight happening. And then a cop just comes over to you, or security guard, whatever. I don't even know. And decides to spray the fuck out of you and your friends that are watching. I feel like I should be a millionaire. Like I should be suing the University of West Virginia or whoever. But this is back in the day where you didn't do it. You took it as a loss. You're at the bar later, like crying your ass off and fucking drinking. But yeah, shout out to the security guard that just said, let me just pepper spray everybody by there. And it wasn't like it was just like sprayed up to the air. Like he went directly to us and was just like, it was horrible, fucking horrible. You're just laughing. And the next thing you know, you're just like, ow. Anyway,
you had the right experience.
You fucking asshole. What an asshole. We're lucky you didn't have a camera phone then. That guy he's probably still working the games. He's probably hating life. These fuckers with their camera phones. Yeah.
Probably got a promotion.
Oh man. All right, look, let's get to Friday's games. But before I do that, I want to tell you that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Manscaped. Look, this year, March Madness, don't just chase rainbows. Make your own pot of gold and shave your balls with the leaders and below the kilt care. Say goodbye to, whatever you want to call it. Clover Forest, well, you got Manscaped's Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. It's out there. It is fantastic. So grab that thing and let your confidence shine bright. Embrace the luck of the Irish and join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped's Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Head over to manscaped.com. Use that promo code SGPN. You get 20% off plus free shipping. Ever since I've Manscaped, I've been fucking fantastic at life. All right. Good things happen to me. I went on a walk with White Tiger this morning. Found $1 in the grass. I like to think that's somehow connected to me manscaping. That's what I'm talking about. But also, it's just fantastic. The Lawnmower 5.0. I have 4 editions of this. I'm not sure which one I missed, but I have the 5.0. And look, this trimmer comes with 2 interchangeable blades, and they're next gen skin safe blade heads. In case you were wondering, one for the classic trim and another foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. You get it. You start hanging out. Bieniek in the back of the LeBaron tells a girl to come in the back seat, get some fucking peanut butter. That could work as shaving cream. You know what I mean? Boom. Next thing you know, you're having a great time using both their dual LED spotlights. She's kissing you. She's kissing you next to that wood paneling. You know what I mean? You're just loving life.
A little jelly in there.
Yeah, it's what I'm saying. Whatever you got to fucking use. You got to ad lib. You got some whatever you got there. I don't want to know. I don't want to know, but I can imagine things. All right. And look, it's waterproof. So Noah, I know you like to drop the top in your LeBaron, but if you're going through, what's it? Isn't there like a deer town in Michigan? Dearborn? You're going through Dearborn. You drop the top.
What a fucking pull! I was just about to jump in here. And
you fucking drop the top to impress the ladies, and all of a sudden you're smooching. You're not paying attention, and the rain starts hitting. Don't worry. Let the LeBaron take it for a night, because the old Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, waterproof. You shave her ass in the rain in the back of the LeBaron. You can do whatever you want to do. Don't let me know though. I don't care to know. Just do what you got to do. All right. So get on over there. Oh, there you go. Get on over there. All right.
To the LeBaron.
Get on over there. Use that promo code, SGPN at manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping. Get on over there. And yeah, I'm telling you, the product is actually awesome. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NBA season with Hall of Fame Bets, a sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NBA and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. They're going to remind you. They're going to remind you of, I don't know. They're going to remind you that Bill Wennington was the fucking center of the Chicago Bulls in 96. All right. They're going to tell you all that stuff. Don't fade Wenningtons. Right. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets.
I do have to mention, I think it's hilarious every time. There were 2 people on Vegas that asked me if they could see a picture of the LeBaron. It's like, not quite a LeBaron. They were hilarious.
Just because you scrape the name off that bitch doesn't mean it's a LeBaron, or doesn't mean it's not a LeBaron. It is a LeBaron. Hey, Noah didn't use his prostitution money as far as I know. He might have. But I think we should start a new one to buy him a brand new. Well, when I say brand new to the 300,000 mile club, LeBaron.
Dear Lord.
Bieniek put it all in True Social, and then he became a billionaire today during the stock market exchange.
Hold on. I just got to see something right now. LeBaron used for sale.
You have to look at the Truth Social stock market price right now.
No, I had it on the background today, and that was the top riser.
No, Colby was like, I gotta look at something right now.
Bieniek, yeah. Can we put this fucking thing up on the screen? I mean, good God.
You can share your own screen.
I don't know how to do all that shit. All right, look, I'm texting you it right now.
Well, I don't have an Apple computer, so you've already talked about this.
All right, I'll put it in Slack. You look. There's always a way.
Oh my God.
There's always a way, you filthy bastard. All right, and here we go. I don't know what Edmonds.com is, but I see a goddamn butte. All right, I see a full on. Yeah, let's get it going.
Oh, let's pull this thing.
I
up.
think the chat next year.
I ain't gonna get no pop-up ads after viewing this place, right?
I mean, I don't know. I've never used this place, but I can tell you this: I think the chat over the next year.
Jesus Christ, he is dangerous with the web. Oh my God, he got a city pretty damn close to my area.
Really? That's sheer luck.
Yeah. We're gonna hide that real quick.
Oh, buddy, we got to get you this. We got to get you this because I'm telling you, they say the vet makes the girls wet. No, the LeBaron will have the girl show you her cannons. All right, let's go.
I mean,
show that thing.
Shit. It's showing my fucking zip. I don't want to do this.
What are they? No one's gonna. What are they gonna go door to door and fucking find who you are and punch you in your face? Don't flatter yourself too much here.
Who knows? I'm not putting it.
There's only 600 people watching. It's all trying to steal your identity.
All right, I think
this guy thinks he's Tom Cruise over here.
I pulled up the same car. It's a different page than what you had. But
okay, show me that
fucking guy.
Look at that. Could you see Bieniek riding around town with the amount of scattered ass jumping in the back seat of that? Whoever put the American flag there is a fucking genius too. I mean, guys, we can make this happen. We can make this happen. I love how Noah doesn't want to show his social, or not his social would be hilarious too, but his zip code. I mean, dude, they're gonna come hump.
I mean, if it was the social, we would have had a straight Kramer.
I try to give my social away. You want my credit debt? Have it. I go to downtown LA trying to give out my social. Dude, that is a unbelievable thing right there.
Capper says it's gorgeous. I'm taking a drive to Michigan right now.
It's only $7,000, folks. I think we can do this. We can, Noah. You got to give us your word. If we,
he's the only guy that lives in the zip code that he lives in.
What do you mean you'll pass? Who the fuck are you, dude? Who the fuck are you to pass on that? What do you mean you'll pass? Who is this guy, Mac? It's like you wake up at 4:00 every day, right? What are you talking about? You're gonna pass on a free car? Who the fuck are you? Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. You're talking $7,000. Well, what the hell is he really drive then? A fucking Ferrari?
What do you drive, Bieniek? What was that? It's like a Ford something. Explorer? No.
Please don't ever say Ford.
Why did he always drop from the call?
Is that your least favorite president?
No, it's fucking GM. Fuck Ford.
I forget what the fuck it was. It was fucking dark that night.
I've never met someone that was so like offended that you wouldn't drive a GM.
Yeah, and fuck all those foreign cars too. Fuck that. Get out of here. Get an American vehicle and drive a GM.
I love how you say that, but I love how he says that, but like those trophies in the back are all made in China. You fucking jackass. Anyway.
Okay, that was kind of funny. I'll give it
whatever you want to whatever you want to convince yourself with in life, dude. I love human beings like that. Yeah, you know, I'll never do that. Meanwhile, you just fucking ate an avocado from fucking Mexico or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, just hilarious. NC State's getting 6.5 against Marquette. As we watch these TV games, these games on the TV, on our Sony televisions. Noah, you're doing great though. Yeah, I love the people that try to go American. Good luck.
Real quick.
Do that anymore.
I gotta show this now because Cameron is doing work behind the scenes. He's watching the show right now, and he did great work. Hold on. How do I? There we go. This is gonna be great. Trust me. Boom.
Ooh, look at that fire. That's a perfect sticker to go on the LeBaron. Look at that right there. Look at that right there. I'm putting that sticker
that's
on the
Loves
back.
logo. That's the Loves logo, right?
Dude,
that's great.
No, hold on. You really have to explain why you would turn down a free car. That's like hitting a half-court shot
it's
at like
not
a stadium.
Free car. It's 7,000.
What do you mean? No, I'm saying if everyone bought it for you, if we chipped in.
No.
Why? I got to know why.
Because we could do so much better with 7K if somebody actually chipped that in.
Oh, now
great work, Cameron, on the gas station logo. By the way, we'll send that over to Jake.
This guy doesn't want a free car. I'm so fucking confused. I mean, right now, if someone told me, I'll take it. If you guys want to buy me one, I'll drive around LA and fucking. I don't understand. Mac? What's with the youth?
I don't understand why he won't take the car. He wants to trade it in.
And he drives his parents' car. I mean, what the fuck?
It's Bieniek, man.
What am I missing here? As a guy that's taken the bus a shit ton of times in my life, and let me tell you something. You take the bus in LA, you lived a little bit. All right. You just have people that just shit themselves and sit in their shit in the bus.
I'm not saying I've not taken a bus. I've taken a bus. I've taken a subway, but not like as bad as LA. Pittsburgh is like gold compared to LA, I assume.
Cody Frazier. We got $2. We are $6,998 away if my math is correct. I can't believe he's going to turn down a free car. Not if we. You know what we're going to do, Mac? We're going to do this where I've always wondered in those Christmas commercials, who the fuck puts like a ribbon on a car and you open up your front door on Christmas and you get a car. Like I've never understood that one, you know, like has that actually happened to a human being? Cause I just
do it for Bieniek.
I want to be that rich where like I can actually do that, but we as a collective can do this. So he opens up Christmas Day next year. I'll get his address. He opens up the door and there's a ribbon on a fucking LeBaron right outside of his house. Christmas Day. Can't turn that down. Can't turn that down.
I like it.
NC State's getting 6.5 against Marquette. You know, I hope Marquette wins by 10,000 points, but you know, I like to make money. I think it's a bad match. Look, I kind of thought Marquette's been little Fugazi all year. I thought Colorado should have beat them. I mean, wait a second. Let me preface this. I thought Colorado could beat them. Marquette played better than Colorado. NC State's gonna cover this, and I think they're live to win the game. I'll take some of that plus 225 action. Pussy Pack. It's disgusting to say, but the Pussy Pack, they're live in Dallas. What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm all over Marquette. The Sweet 16 is where you fade Cinderella. NC State's this year Cinderella. I thought round of 32 was the big pressure game for Marquette, kind of like round of 64 with Purdue. The next game they roll. They're going to put big DJ Burns in every single ball screen. Texas Tech tried to, but they're not used to playing fast. I think Marquette's going to roll them. I think they are going to Kolick getting downhill, finding shooters. I don't see how NC State guards him with Burns in the game. I think he's worn out by the end. And they're physical enough to limit Burns somewhat. So give me Marquette by double digits. Let's go.
Wait a second. So you're against every single ACC school this round?
Well, I mean, you fade the Cinderella. I'm fading the Cinderella League. I mean, they celebrate like they won the goddamn national championship last weekend. You got to fade that narrative.
Oh man, Bieniek. I know you're probably slapping off over there, but
I apologize. There was just some groundbreaking news that came across my desk.
Latino?
No.
No.
Calipari's returning, and for some reason, the AD. So the AD of Kentucky, Mitch Barnhart, felt the need to tweet out that Calipari's coming back. Like, if he was coming back, why do you need to tweet out that he's coming back?
Did he block the replies?
I have no idea.
He had to block the replies.
I don't know. Minus 120 was too much.
If you have to tweet that a coach is coming back, the coach probably shouldn't come back, right? Like
fair.
No, he should not be back. He should not be back.
No,
I mean that buyout's ridiculous. Come on,
it is.
He should be back based on the buyout. You're gonna pay a guy fucking $35 million not to work? No.
I'm on NC State for this game though. I think they've got a good thing rolling here. I don't think they have a great shot to win the game. However, I really like them covering. Cocktail Napkin has this one at plus 5.5. So again, it's that 6.5, 5.5 number that Mac has always kind of poked at for the last month of the season. And I think the matchup here is DJ Burns against Marquette's bigs. I think he's got more physicality to him than what the Wildcats have. So I like NC State to keep this one close too.
It's gonna be DJ Burns at the fucking under 16 media timeout when they put him in 20 ball screens. I need ice cream.
Oh man, everyone everyone acts like Marquette's some golden fucking look, this team's all right. They act like they got Stockton and Malone and Hornacek or something. No.
Oh, they do have Stockton. It's Kolick.
They do have him. He is kind of like that. But no, I mean, I guess you don't want anyone to be Karl Malone, but you know what I mean. Gonzaga's getting 5.5 against Purdue. Get this Boilermaker bullshit out of here. I'm so sick of it. Turn on the TV. They're talking about Matt Painter showing his bullshit track record. Say this team's different for this reason. They beat Gonzaga in Hawaii. Bieniek's going to tell you that. Oh, they beat him earlier in the year. Well, the advantage is normally to the team that lost the first time. You know, I would say so. And Gonzaga had a bunch of transfers. They're playing much better ball now. It's in Detroit. Are you going to say it's a Purdue crowd? A little bit, maybe.
They just played it Indy.
That's not a direct flight from Spokane to Detroit. You're definitely going to have to go to Denver or some shit. Gonzaga wins this one. This is the one. It's going to be tight. And down the stretch, they're going to fold. And it's going to be fantastic. Give me the Zags money line. What are you doing here?
I love the Zags. Like you said, they've already played. Gonzaga led for over half the game, and it was only the third game with the new transfer core Nemhard, EK, and then the big fella, Braden Huff. It was only his third collegiate game. I like the Zags here. They've already seen Purdue. Purdue's a unique team compared to Purdue. Yes, it was only their third game, but it was their core coming back 90% of it. And Painter talked about that against Utah State. Let's go Zags.
Let's zag
right in this game.
up.
Fade the team coming off 100 plus too.
Bieniek, what are you doing here?
He's on Purdue.
Yeah, I'm on Purdue. Nothing's changed. Nothing's wavered. Still very confident in this team. Let's go Boiler.
You're not a little nervous?
Boiler up.
Not a little nervous?
You don't have the point guard advantage here either.
Yeah. You don't have any advantage, really.
I don't know. I mean, we definitely have a big man advantage. We definitely have a shooting advantage. So,
but all
Nemhard's played in big games now. He's been to the elite.
Yeah, I never said that. He's played in big games, correct. I mean, if anything, he's got more experience in the big game than Braden Smith and Fletcher Loyer. I'll say
Absolutely.
that. However,
so is Mark Fewitt compared to Painter.
Correct. And this is the spot where you want to fade Matt Painter. He's lost in the Sweet 16 in 5 of his 6 tournaments that he's gotten to the second weekend. However, Purdue's the better shooting team. Number one three-point offense compared to Gonzaga, where they're really just kind of 1 or 2 guys from deep in Hickman and Watson. I'll take that every day of the week. Where everybody's dangerous on the floor for Purdue, and your big man's a facilitator against.
I'm just trying
Gonzaga,
to go.
You've already beaten by 15 before.
Well, I'm just trying to think though. Fairleigh Dickinson, North Texas, didn't Little Rock get them one year?
Yeah, Chris Beard. Chris Beard got him.
Yeah.
Little Rock. So normally it takes a mid-major. Oh, Gonzaga's in the WCC.
No, they're not a mid-major.
Bye. Bye, Purdue.
That's a stretch and a half.
Bye, Purdue.
By the way, no, you're fucked. The Field of 68 said, I watched them earlier today. They said Purdue is going to blow out Gonzaga. I said, oh, yeah. Give me the Zags.
All over the Zags. Let's go.
2016 was when Purdue lost to Little Rock. Little Rock was a
Sunbelt team,
12 seed.
Right? Yeah,
Little Rock was a 12 seed. Gonzaga is they're not a 13 seed. That's they're not a 14 seed. Sorry, that's the 1 seed that Purdue hasn't lost to. So they're going undefeated.
This is my favorite message. Noah, I'm a Richmond native. I have a serious question. Who do you bet on VA schools? What app?
Noah lives in Richmond.
Thanks for thanks for listening to the show. Mac's the one from Virginia. I'm a Michigan guy.
Look at this show.
But I do love the photo. He's got like fucking Broadway Joe.
DM me on Twitter at moneyline_Mac or X. I'll tell you.
Duke,
plenty of
Houston.
You can do it.
Houston's laying 4.5. I'll take Houston. This is where I fade the ACC. Let's go. Mac?
Lock. Come on.
It's going
man.
up a point. Dude, it's going up a point, hasn't it?
Dude, Duke is off the fucking game of the year. And by the way, everybody said the other 3 1 seeds are going to blow them out. UConn, Carolina, and Purdue. Everybody's going, Duke's got a shot. Duke's got a shot. Did they not watch Tennessee fucking punk their ass last year? Houston by 20. They're going to, dude, you're getting Kelvin Sampson and Houston off their worst game.
Yeah.
Getting Duke. He is going to have, in Texas, he's going to have those guys ready to run through a wall. They're going to punk their ass. And they're not going to make 14 threes. The only chance Duke has is if they shoot 50 free throws like Texas A&M.
Correct. Lock. And they get them into foul trouble again. Like if which Flip is not the one to go out and desire contact. So
and to me, Texas A&M was the more scary team because A&M's a veteran team. A&M plays kind of that grimy style. Duke's pussy ball. You know what I mean? They're not far from the pussy pack. They have the head of the pussy pack. Yeah. So
has Filipowski gotten tougher than last year? No.
If anything, he's gotten a little bit softer. Not a little bit, quite a bit, because he's not a leader of the pack. Yeah, this is triple lock, Colby. Let's play the Friends of music.
Now we got a problem. Now we got a problem.
Triple lock. Houston minus the points. Michael Creighton says, welcome to Jurassic Park, as they head to, where the fuck is this? Is this Dallas? Where is this game?
Detroit.
No, this is in Detroit.
This is the hardest game to pick on the slate, in my opinion. I'm taking Creighton because I think they have more scores, and I can never fully trust Rick Barnes, even though Creighton's got a history of shit in the bed too.
Yeah,
I feel like there's less of a history, barely. All right, back to the Benoit Benjamin days, but this is the one that I'm going to bet it because there's nothing else on. But I'm going to throw the lightest amount of action on this game. Probably. I think I'm just going to do like $100 on Creighton money line. Not even taking the points. What are you doing here?
Same handicap as what's it called? Iowa State, Illinois. I'm going to take the defensive team here. I think Barnes and company survived their scare. They went 3 for 26 from 3. Connect didn't make a shot. I think he bounces back. I don't think Creighton has really an answer defensively for Connect. And I think they have multiple guys that they can throw at Ashworth. They can muck it up with Kalkbrenner. Give me the Vols. I think Rick Barnes might be going to the Final Four this year. Let's go, Ricky.
I mean, I think it's going to be a close game.
I hope. I'm rooting for Barnes. I like Barnes.
Noah, what are you doing here?
I'm on Creighton with you, Colby. Last night I picked Creighton on the bracket side of things too. So give me the money line. I'm kind of in the same feeling with you as well. Just take the money line. No need for the points here. Tennessee
great
offensively was inept in the last game against Texas. They relied on the free throw line to get them over the line and win the game. Creighton, the least free throw attempts per field goal attempt for their opponents per game this season. They don't foul. And they have plenty of, ways to score. And Tennessee, if you shut down Connect, I haven't seen who can win them a game.
Yeah.
So I'm on the Blue Jays here. I think that this is just a really good group for McDermott. So even though he has his fair share of mishaps in the NCAA tournament, this group's been there and done that. And they were one fingertip away from going to the Final Four last year. They've got a shot to go to the Final Four as well. And they're also thinking that all we have to do is get by Purdue. Like that's also their mindset too. So just like Rick Barnes, like Creighton's got the same kind of story. They've just got multiple ways that they can win this game, in my opinion. So I'll go with the Blue Jays.
Shout out to Leg Show Magazine that says Big East 3-team parlay plus 265. Clark says he's on it. Now, I'm fading Marquette. I'm taking San Diego State points. Is that the one? No, it's got to be just regular, right?
Well, actually, it probably is because Marquette's plus money.
Shout out to Justice.
Creighton's plus money.
Creighton's plus money. I'm just
and UConn's a double-digit favorite, so I don't know if you want that money line in that parlay.
Currently, I mean that's our show, folks. By the way, that's our show. But what bet do you like the most, man?
Cougs. Duke better fucking make 15 threes again and better get a fucking hell of a whistler. They're gonna get fucked up on Friday night. And
I like retweet. I love a Houston, North Carolina parlay. I think that thing is going to cash. You could call that the fade Duke parlay because, they hate seeing Carolina win, as Nick alluded to yesterday. What dog do you got a lock, Noah? Which one do you?
I retweeted Houston. What Max said. I'm on Houston. That's the lock.
Real quick, did you see the stat that Duke hasn't won as like an underdog in the NCAA tournament since it was the 90s?
Well, they get that Notre Dame treatment, dude.
It makes sense. They're the most public team. Like when they're a dog, that should scream at you that they're not going to.
And who's
they get that Notre Dame football treatment?
Kansas. And when Kansas is a dog, they get fucking whacked. So I think we're in for the same thing.
The actual dog I like I mean, I like Gonzaga plus 190, but I also think NC State at plus 225 is live. I don't think Clemson can win the game. I think Arizona will win that game. So I think your best bet is NC State and Gonzaga and Creighton. I like Michael Creighton's chances. I mean, I think that's a hard game, but I'm saying I think that's the right side. But for me, I'm going to take Gonzaga. I think that's the one I trust most to win on the money line. Mac.
Roll Tide roll the year after the year. Last year was the hype team. This year they've flown under the radar into the tournament. I think they make a bunch of threes, beat Carolina, because when Arizona wins that first game, it's going to turn into a home game for Alabama, rooting against North Carolina, in my opinion.
Bieniek.
That is true, and that's the reason why I was a little bit flinchy, not totally committed to North Carolina on the opening line night. Also, if Arizona wins that first game, they're just going to be tighter because Caleb Love's on deck. But for me, for my dog, it's going to be Creighton. It's a small dog, but like large dog, I would go NC State. That would be the choice for me.
Small dogs go to heaven, folks. We are the college basketball experience. And right now we have Indiana State. Cincinnati just hit a 3 to tie it up. Indiana State was up 5 a minute ago. As we got a classic going on in the NIT, as we have Skill Russell right here. Oh, here's a big shot for him. Oh, he missed. Damn it. All right. Hopefully we'll see what happens here. Appreciate everyone tuning in. All 690 people. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We got the Sports Gambling Podcast show coming up in 30 minutes. Check us out there. I'll be talking college hoops over there. Give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. Noah Bieniek is on Twitter at NoahB77_. Please keep your donations to a maximum as we try to get him that $7,000 LeBaron. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. The College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. We're grateful all year for you guys rocking with us. If we missed you, if you walked an hour in Vegas, DM me on Twitter. Yeah, appreciate everyone all year tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow talking more hoops. Actually, not tomorrow. We'll be back on Thursday talking hoops. Until next time, folks, this is the College Basketball Experience. Tomorrow night, we got College Football Experience. So check it out. And we got a Frozen 4 episode dropping later tonight. Frozen 4 slaps off Thursday night. Let's go. Until next time, we're grateful. This is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here. Do it again, Trevor. I didn't see it.
Can't be found. My celly's off, so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down. They say the Lord watches over my sins, over my head, watching hair as it thins. Over the ledge, it ain't letting me in. There's still regiments and relevance to letting me win. Win, lose or draw. You ain't prepared unless you all ready to lose it all. Losing a brawl? Yeah, that's a ride a day. Good friends know my Nina Hideaway. They came and went, but the riders stay. So it's like I won the lottery and can't be found until I resurface with the latest purchase. 33 and a third and 45 circles. You ain't got that shit, and I ain't 45 king. But on the beats, I've been doing my thing. I start the program and the doorbell ring. I gotta leave town to a place I can't be found. My celly's off, so I can't be found. I'm on a worldwide tour, touring every fucking curtain down. American dreams, lessons, and still they work. I guess the sand on the beach still was really dirt. Now I'm going home, flying over Rome at 30,000 feet. Like, damn, is that really Earth?